We need to talk about MW4. I spent a lot of time playing the pre-beta for pre-ordering the game. I spent almost 20 hours probably, and I feel like I have a pretty good feel on how the game is, how it is, and I kind of want to give my thoughts on what I think about the game. We're going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly. Now, I want to start with the good. A lot of content creators like to start with the bad stuff, talk about how bad the game is, what needs to get fixed. But I want to talk about the good first. Now, one thing I want to talk about is the gunplay feels really good. The gunplay feels really good. I love the way that the guns feel. I used a lot of the M4. It felt very smooth, very clean. The SMG was very clean. And the way it felt when you got a kill was really good. Like, it was very satisfying. One thing about BO7 that I didn't like was there was no dope for getting a kill. I would be killing people and it's like I feel like I didn't even do anything. But now when I get a kill in this game, like I really feel it. Like it feels good to get a kill. So that's one thing I really liked. All the guns feel good. None of them feel clunky. The snipers are really fast. The AR moves really fast. The SMG moves really fast. And then the guns that are supposed to feel slower, like the LMGs and that kind of stuff, it feels like it should. So I think personally that if it's a really good feeling game, which brings me into my next part was that the movement feels good, but not even though it's not omni movement. Now, I do think that omni movement is better, but I do also see a lot of people giving hate to the tag sprint, giving hate to not having omni movement, and I don't think it was really that good of an idea to go back to the tag sprint, but I do not hate it like everyone else does. I think that it feels good. It took me a little bit to get used to just because I've played so much Black Ops 7, so much Black Ops 6 with the Omni movement, sliding sideways, backwards, diving, all that kind of stuff. So that took a while to get used to. But once I got used to it and I was moving around the map, I was moving fast. It is much different than BO7. So if you're just a hardcore BO7, BO6 player, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel bad at first just because it's different. And I think that kind of turned a lot of people off to the way that this game feels just because it's so much different. And if you played a lot of the game before, it's going to feel different because it's tag sprint. One thing I kind of want to bring up is when BO7 brought in the Black Ops Classic mode, there was no Omni movement. And everyone was like, this is how COD should feel. This is how it should be. And even though there was no tag sprint, so it's a little different, I think that the COD community kind of doesn't know what they want. That you said you liked it when they brought back that classic mode. Everyone was playing the BO2 and everyone was playing the BO1 ports. Everyone was talking about how much better it is. And like I agree, those old games are really good. But if you like that movement and you don't want the Omni movement, and then this game doesn't have Omni movement, you can't really complain about it not feeling right because it's kind of what you asked for. Next, I want to go into the UI. I think that the user interface looks really, really good. If you're looking at the gameplay I have right here, I like the old green, like that old kind of modern warfare-esque look. I like the way that it looks very appealing. It's like the create a class system and just the menu. All of it looks really nice. Like right here, this area kind of looks nice. I like everything being on the left instead of on the top. It looks cleaner. I do like that. Next, I want to talk about how S&D feels like it will play really, really good as long as the maps hold up. Now, these maps that are in the first weekend of the beta were not really the best. Like, I like rooftops for S&D. It was a little one-dimensional, and that maze in the middle is kind of weird. I don't think that map would work at all for like a respawn, just because it's very easy to get spawn trapped, and especially I'm going to get into the spawns later, especially if the spawns don't get better, which I assume they are going to because of how, the devs have been talking about it and how they have been responding to the feedback. Now, that was the good stuff. That's the stuff I really like. I will say before I head into the other side of this, I really, really enjoyed this beta. And I'm going to enjoy the second weekend too. I'm having fun playing the game, which it seems like a lot of people aren't. But I want to say that I personally have been having a lot of fun playing the game. Next thing, I kind of just talked about it, was the maps. The maps need to be better. This map right here that I'm showing, Cachette, this map was pretty good. Not a comp map at all. Definitely not a comp map. I don't think. Maybe it could be depending on, how spawns change and how they fix that. But I really don't think the maps have been amazing so far. So we'll see what kind of things come in the second weekend. If they bring back any old maps to kind of give people that nostalgia feeling, because people love that. There's still that pubs aspect. There's going to be those pubs players. But a lot of people play ranked. So they need to make sure that the ranked maps are really good. If that means that it's all old Modern Warfare maps that are brought back, there's nothing wrong with that, as long as the maps are good. BO6, that game was really, really good. But the reason people hated it is because the maps were absolutely abysmal. Everyone hated the maps. It was horrible, right? I played a lot of BO6, and I'll tell you right now, that was one of the best feeling games, but the maps were just horrible. Like, I don't even want to get started on that. Next is, I think personally, the gunsmith seems kind of hard to understand while you're making a class. Like, it's kind of the same idea as all the last games ever since gunsmith has been introduced. Maybe make it a little more clean and obvious, because I was kind of talking about how the UI felt clean. This part, specifically in the gunsmith, it's kind of clunky moving around the attachments because it's in a circle around the gun. I feel like they need to make it easier to move around there. It's kind of weird feeling. Just looking at some of the attachments, some of the names are really weird. It's hard to kind of know exactly what attachment you're putting on the gun right away unless you really lock in and focus on it. Because if you think of like old systems, it was super easy to be like, oh, this attachment helps the recoil and it is bad for this. But this, it feels kind of harder to understand as a total. Now, these are the things I think really, really, really need to be tweaked. Number one, now I understand that this is a beta and not everything is in the game, but not having Tag Mask or Battle Hardened and not having Ghost was absolutely horrible to play in. They might as well have had UAV always on. They might as well have just had it so we always knew where everyone is, because not only is it very easy to get a UAV, everyone was running it because there's only so many score streaks. Everyone was running it and nobody had Ghost. So you always knew where the opposing team was. It was just horrible. You always had to be on the move, and even if you're on the move, they knew where you were anyways. So it didn't really matter. I'm excited for the second week in a beta to see how the game plays where I actually have Ghost, where the team doesn't always know where I am, because if everyone's on the hard point, I'm taking a route, there's no surprise. They all know that I'm there. Hope that plays well once Ghost and Tag Mask and that. I've been getting hit by so many tacticals. I am spawning in and I'm instantly flashed or stunned or something, but most of the time it's flashes. I'm excited to see how the game plays when you have more perks. You have Ghost, you have Tag Mask and Battle Hardened and whatever. Very, very necessary, because right now it's almost unplayable the way that it is if you're playing against a good team. You'll get those lobbies where you're playing against bots and they don't have a UAV all the time, and you can still kill them even if they know where you are. So that's what kind of helped when you had those lobbies, when you were running them. But when you were playing against a full stack of sweats, it was like you literally just left the lobby. There was no reason to play. These spawns, oh my god, impossible to read, especially in hardpoint. I know that they said they were going to fix the hardpoint spawns a little more, not until the second weekend, but it was insane because, I'm thinking, oh, my entire team is over here. There is no reason that the other team is going to spawn here. And then I turn around and someone spawned behind me and I get shot in the back. And I'm like, what's going on here? So definitely spawns need some work. And I think part of it too is the maps, like rooftops, worst spawns of all time. Worst spawns. You can literally sit up on top of those stairs and look down and you'll see everything you need to see. It was horrible. Everyone spawns in front of you and it was not it. So especially in hardpoint, Dom wasn't as bad. It kind of made sense for Dom how the spawns were working, but they still need some work, especially for that comp aspect that really, really needs to be addressed, really needs to be fixed. All right, next, I want to go into the time to kill. The time to kill was something that everybody complained of right off the bat, and they instantly had to make a tweak because if they didn't change it, nobody was going to play this beta. So very glad that they upped the time to kill. They made it feel a lot better, I will say. I still think that the time to kill is way too fast. Not way too fast, it's definitely just a little too fast. And I don't really understand it because when you have games like Modern Warfare 3, where it is just collectively known that this is a great game, everybody loves it, time to kill are really good. So why are we not taking that, looking at that, and saying, we should make this like this because we know people like it and people will play the game. It's almost like there's different developers and publishers every year of COD that they're trying to make a better game than the last team instead of just taking the things that they know are good and putting it into this game. That's what I really don't understand. So why are we not looking at these previous games that everyone loves, like a Modern Warfare 3, where collectively everyone loves Modern Warfare 3? They say it's a great game for comp. Every single pro player, for the most part, will tell you they want a game like MW3. They would go back and play MW3 just because it felt so good. It was satisfying. The time to kill was good. The spawns were good. The maps were good. So why are we not looking at that and taking that into this year? What I want to see. This is how I'm going to end it here. What I want to see from Modern Warfare 4 is kind of everything bad that I talked about. I want to see a little better. So, like, number one thing I want to see is better maps. I'm going to play this game no matter what, unless it's just insanely abysmal. I'm going to end up playing this game no matter what. I need good maps. If I'm playing freaking Vault S&D from BO6 type maps that are one-dimensional, get boring to play, bad spawns, bad points, like, it just cannot happen. So we cannot have a year like BO6 where it's wasted by just abysmal maps, even if that means bringing back the old Modern Warfare maps that everyone knows is good, like Hotel and Rio. Those are two maps I hear a lot of people talking about needing to bring back, and they make people happy because, you know, they can love the game. The developers talk about how they love the game, and obviously they're not going to say anything bad, but they need to make sure that the fan base likes the game. You're going to have those hardcore COD players like me that are always going to play the game no matter what. But if it's bad maps, like a BO6 year, it's not going to go well. They'll have players at first and they'll be like, dang, these maps suck. I'm getting bored. And that's it. You're going to run out of players at the end of the year. Lastly, I really, really want to see the time to kill and the spawns get better. Those are the two things that I think are going to ultimately decide the fate of this game. If the time to kill is way too fast, the people who are not good at the game are going to hate it because they're going to just instantly die. So all of those players, gone, just like that. And then the spawns. The spawns are huge for competitive. If spawns are bad, it's impossible to play. If you cannot read spawns, if you can't know where they're going to spawn based on where you guys are, where you're spawning, it's going to be a horrible ranked year. I am very excited for MW4. I think it's going to be a good year if they fix the things that need to be fixed. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand it's a beta. I understand that not everything's in the game. Not everything's 100%. And the game doesn't come out till the end of October. They need to make sure they have these things right if they want to have a successful year. Thank you for watching. This is QJP.